Hello, Internet. This is Chat Fangirl signing in, and today is another book review. And I know a few weeks ago that I said I would be reading Stephen King's Cell, and here it is. And oh my god, it was an amazing book. I love it. How many of you spend more than 3 hours on your phone? Like, mine's here. Like, mine's always with me, it's always on me. I'm always listening to my music, always checking my emails. I I use my phone so much that it's actually kind of embarrassing. Now, this book says that the people who use their phones, a sort of pulse goes out across the cities, across the world, and then anyone who is on a cell phone is instantly ripping each other to shreds. But what did you expect for a Stephen King? Of course there's gonna be blood, of course there's gonna be gore. This is a horror book, and oh my god, it was terrifying. I just sat there reading it, and part of me wanted to throw my phone out of a window. Like, if this pulse thing ever happens, like, it's gonna be terrifying. Anyone that was on their phone sort of had their brain wiped, like, clean slate, and then replaced with this almost like prehistoric instinct to just rip apart anything and anyone that got in their way. It didn't matter if it was an animal, if it was a person, it didn't matter. If it was in their way, they was going to destroy it. Now, in this book, there are 3 or 4 main people: Clay, Tom, Alice, and Jordan. Now, Clay and Tom are like middle-aged men. You got one that's a cartoonist, and I think he does sort of like a manga cartoon strip sort of thing. And the other one's just like your classic old-ish man. Like, he spends his time in his garden and he reads a lot, and he has a cat called Marmalade, and Marmalade was the one that broke his phone, and therefore it saved his life. And Marmalade is just like cutest little kitty cat. Sorry, I keep going. Like, I love cats. I love cats. I love dogs. I love animals, like, to pieces. Back to the book. So they sort of listen to like all the zombie people now. They listen to like this music, and they're getting all these boom boxes together, and they're all like listening to like this certain record. It's just over and over and over and over and over again, and they're all slowly heading towards this big area, like just this huge mass amount of people, and they're all heading there. And there's this guy called the Prophet, and basically he's going to kill you, and he's going to make you want to kill you, and it's not going to end well if you ever meet him. And I think it's Clay's son is sort of under his control. He's going to this mass area. He's got his brain. Like, he didn't have his phone, so he's got his brain. But all of these people are just like humans, zombies. Everyone's just heading towards this one place, and it's sort of like you're drawn towards it. No matter where you go, you will somehow find yourself heading towards it. And I don't want to give away too much. Like, you guys should really read this book. It's fantastic. I love it so much. I probably should have put a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert! Probably should have put that at the start. Anyway, I'm gonna like read you guys the back, because it's just this book. It made me feel like really scared for how much humanity depends on their phones. Like, how often, like, you go and look outside and there's people on their phones all the time. Like, at the moment with the latest craze of Pokemon Go, everyone's just like constantly on their phone, like, just constantly. Anyway, civilization slipped into its second dark age on an unsurprising track of blood, but with a speed that could not have been foreseen by even the most pessimistic futurist, and the world, as it had been, was a memory. Yeah, that sums it up. Yeah, that pretty much sums the entire book up. Everything was fine. It was a nice, warm, sunny day, and then all hell broke loose. And there was this really sad bit with a dog. and I cried. I actually cried over this book. There was this bit that I had to put it down. It was like they set fire to this huge like field and stuff, and I didn't cry because the people were dying, because the people had their entire brains wiped. They didn't know who they were, so it wasn't as bad as it should have been. But it was the fact that this like little puppy got caught into it, like this little dog, and it just, oh, little puppy, so sad. But the characters are amazing. Like the character development, you have this really shy old guy, and over the course of the book, it slowly turns into like he's the sort of person that would take control. Like if you're in trouble, he'll just go poof, and then that's it. You're fine. Whatever was holding you is just long gone, mate. Like that thing just ran far away. And then you have Lucy, I think her name was, who has a sneaker tied to her wrist as some sort of memory token, like some sort of part of her that was still sane, and she's crazy and a psychopath and she's lost everything. She honestly doesn't have anything left to fight for, and yet she's still going, she's still being this absolutely amazing character. And then you have Tom, who just wants to see his son and his wife. Wife's a bit of a hit and miss, but he wants to see his son, and that's one of the saddest parts in the book. It's the fact that he's doing all of this just to try and find his son again. Then there's also Jordan, and Jordan's the sort of character that I sort of imagine Phil Lester to be like. Like he was this cute, dorky little thing, and anything that he could do to help, he would help. He stopped to help random people. He was kind, he was considerate. And then when all hell broke loose, he kind of broke. Like he just kind of, not that he stopped, but some part of him just went nope, and then that was it. Sorry, I'm just playing around with my little hairband. Does anyone else do that? Like I constantly, you can probably see like the little indentions on my like wrist, because I always have hairbands on me. Like no matter where I go, I will always have a hairband on my wrist, and I think that's mainly a girl thing, just always having a hairband, especially since I have quite long hair. I don't think you can see, but I've got quite long hair, so when it's windy, my hair just it goes everywhere. So if there ever is like this huge apocalyptic thing, or if it was something like the Pulse, like in, then I'd probably be one of the zombie things because I'm constantly attached to my phone. But if there's any chance that I do survive, and I'm like I'm gonna survive things, I'd probably cut all of this off. Like I love my hair. Like even though my hair's dyed, it's still really healthy, and yeah, I just put it all in a ponytail, and then I get like these scissors and just go, and that's it. I just have short hair. Because honestly, this is not enough maintenance. This is too much maintenance for a zombie apocalypse. But yeah, if you do like zombie apocalypse things, or looking for something like pessimistic about the future, or like why technology is bad, then I was holding the book upside down. Then read Stephen King's Cell. I highly recommend it. It's absolutely amazing. I think next I'm reading The Book Thief, which was requested by one of you in my messages. I got the little message thing come up. It's like, hey, you know what a really good story is? The Book Thief. It was like, yes, okay, I'll read it. I haven't seen the film. I know the film came out recently, but I haven't seen the film yet. So I'm going to end this with a star review, I guess. I'd give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I would have given it more than 4 stars, but certain bits were lacking, and certain bits weren't as good as they could have been, if you know what I mean. Like there were certain bits that could have been played more, could have hyped the emotion up more. But it was a really good book. I love the concept. I love the idea that one day our technology is gonna just wipe us all out. until there's only like a few people who don't even have a phone, and they're gonna be the ones left. And I think the concept of like zombie apocalypse has always appealed to me, purely because I like seeing how people deal in different stress situations. So that it's always interesting in like sort of like video game situations. Like one of my best memories which was watching my friend try and play the 2020 might be missing a 20 level on Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and basically she was sat there like that. She was like, okay, and boom! And that's when I had to take my laptop off of her because she was going to throw it out of a window. It was like, oh, smart bean, did you get scared? I'm babbling on. Sorry, I've had quite a few coffees today, so I love coffee. I love tea as well. Anyway, if you guys have any more book suggestions, please leave them in the comments or send me a message. I quite often talk to you guys, and it's fabulous hearing from you. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you think other people would enjoy my weird review of Stephen King's Cell, just like casually push my video over there. It's like, hey, yeah, you should watch that, yeah. Anyway, alright, this is Chat Fangirl signing out.